Have you ever thought, why is my debt-free journey taking so long? You're working hard, you're paying off your regular payments, but then you don't seem to be going anywhere, and the debt doesn't seem like it's going away. If your journey to financial freedom seems like it's taking so long, this video is for you. I'm going to be talking about why does it feel this debt-free journey is taking forever where you're doing all the right things. Number one is that you have a new awareness. When we get a new awareness, sometimes we feel like the thing that we have become aware of, that we need to get it going as quickly as possible. Maybe you have realized, oh my goodness, I have been spending all this money, paying all these debts, paying all this high interest. Well, I should have been investing this money. And now you're like, whoa, I need to get started paying off these debts, and I need to start doing it as soon as possible. And just because you have that awareness, it doesn't mean that your debts are gonna get done like right then. Because maybe you're in a lot of debt, or maybe you're freshly into debt, but it took you a while to get into that debt. But just because you have that awareness, it's such a great thing to have that awareness, but we get so impatient, we get frustrated, and we want things done right away. It's almost like you want to lose weight, you want to lose it right away. But that doesn't happen, because the weight that we have gained, we didn't gain it in a day. And so we're not gonna lose that weight in a day. It's the same as our debts. We didn't get into those debts right, overnight. And it's also going to be a journey for us to be able to pay that debt. So though you have that new awareness, you have to be patient with yourself. Okay. Number two, you don't have a budget that is working. It's very, very important to have a budget that is working so that you can be able to see that your debt payment journey is not taking you forever. When we don't have a budget that is working, we don't think that we have the money, but yet we do have the money. But because we don't know where our money is going, it feels like this journey is taking forever. For example, you don't even know where your money is going. You just pay your bills every single day, maybe the bills that come, but yet you don't even know the leaks that you have. You might be paying for things that you don't know. Maybe you signed up for a subscription last year and you're still paying for it. Let's say for example, cable, and you don't even sometimes even use cable. You're always watching YouTube. Maybe you signed up for a gym membership and you haven't even been into the gym for like 6 months. So it's very, very important for us to have the budget. And when we have the budget, we are able to see what is the extra money that after I pay off all my bills, what is that extra money? What can I do with it to be able to accelerate my debt freedom journey? Because if you don't have that budget, you don't have that extra money. That extra money, I usually actually call it fat. F-A-T. And why do I call it fat? I call it fat because it's like you're trimming. When you're trimming, that means you're taking that excess, because it's your excess money, and that excess amount of money could be the one that is helping you make that extra payment. But if you don't have it, then you're not going to know, because you don't have a budget, and then you're feeling frustrated. You're feeling like your debt-free journey is taking forever. It's not that you don't have the money, it's because you don't have the budget. So make sure that after today, you make your budget and see where your money is going, and see whether you have extra money to pay off that debt quicker. Number three is you're not clear about your numbers. You have all this debt, but you don't even know the amount of debt you're in. You don't know the interest that you're paying on this debt. You don't know the amount of, you don't have that whole big picture of what is it that you're tackling. You want to get out of debt and as quickly as possible. And if I came to you right now and I said, how much debt do you have? You'll be like, a lot, but you don't even know how much you have. So make sure that you have that clear picture. Like, let's say you want to go to Florida. You usually buy your ticket, the date, the flight number, all that things. It's the same thing that when we want to get out of debt, you want to be so clear so that you can know how much debt do I have? Do I owe A? Do I company B? Do I owe so and so? And how much interest am I paying on those debts? And what method would I be using to pay this debt off? So make sure that your numbers are clear. Make sure you have that big picture so that you don't start, so that you cannot feel like you're dragging, like this debt freedom journey is taking forever. And number 4 is you have this debt, but you're only paying the minimum that you are required. So maybe you just get your bill, you get your credit card, your car payment, and the only thing that you're paying is the minimum payment. When we pay the minimum payment on our debts, it's gonna take us forever. And who benefits from us paying the minimum? It's the bank. The banks are so happy when they get, when we pay the minimum, because when we pay the minimum amount, we pay extra interest. And I don't know any of you whether you have read, they usually tell you on the side, if you pay the amount of this money that you're required, it's going to take you X amount of years. If you pay this extra, it's going to take you X amount of years. And it even shows you the amount of interest that you're going to be saving. So make sure that when you're paying off your debt, you're not paying just the minimum, because when you pay the minimum, you're hurting yourself. So make sure that when you make that budget that we talked about in number 3 or number 4, so when you do the budget, the extra money that we called FAT, make sure that you're taking that extra money and working on attacking your debt, because it's so important. And that's why maybe that your debt freedom is feeling like it's taking forever, because you're just paying the minimum. So to accelerate your debt freedom, make sure that you're paying off even extra. Maybe get an extra job, maybe get a side hustle, just get something to make sure that you're not just paying the minimum. Number 5, you haven't made a solid commitment to stop new debt. One of the biggest slowdowns that I see is that we keep telling ourselves that we want to get out of debt, but yet we keep going back. We pay the bill, but then we keep going back and swiping the card again. So the goal is make a commitment and say, I want to get out of debt once and for all, and then stop using the cards. And I know things do happen, but make a commitment that no matter what happens, I am not getting into new debt. Because when you add new debt, it slows you down, and that's why maybe you're feeling that frustration and you're wondering, why is it that I'm not getting out of debt as quick as I want? So the answer is stop getting into new debt. And once you start paying off debt and then not adding more, then you're going to start seeing progress. Remember, you didn't get into this debt overnight, and you're not going to get out of this debt overnight either. But just because it's taking time, it doesn't mean that you're not making progress. Give yourself grace and remember, you are making progress. Every time that you make a decision that you're not going to use that card, it's a decision that you're making that you're going to continue with this commitment of being debt-free each and every single day. Let me know in the comment one of your biggest, things that you're doing to be debt-free, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.